Today on Behind the Reel, we're going to be talking about the hallway sequence in Inception. Hello everyone, my name is Ben Farmer and welcome back to Behind the Reel, where I talk about how films are made, the techniques used so you can use them in your next project to create cinematic magic. Now, before we dive in to talk about how crazy this hallway sequence is, let's talk a little bit more about Inception. Inception was released in July of 2010 and is directed by Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan is known for doing everything practically as much as possible without the use of CGI, and Inception, being a dream-based movie, has a lot of different aspects of it that would be almost impossible to do in camera, but Christopher Nolan figured out a way to do it, especially with this hallway scene. Now, fun fact, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen Inception, there is a third level of this dream that is snow-covered, and that is inspired by his favorite James Bond movie, On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Dealing with dreams within dreams is no small feat, but Christopher Nolan and his team were able to pull this off flawlessly. While there are a bunch of great effects in this movie that I'm sure we'll talk about in a future episode, I want to talk about the one that stands out the most to me, which is this hallway sequence. Take a look at what they built to make this happen. It is a massive full-scale hallway that can rotate 360 degrees on this conveyor belt system. It's a really genius way to build it. There's one opening at the very end, the actors at the other end, and the way they made it look like the room wasn't spinning to the audience is that they either locked off the camera on the bottom or they put it on a crane and moved it through the hallway. This is just a brilliant effect and a brilliant idea from the team, and I'm sure Joseph Gordon-Levitt and the rest of the stunt team were just completely disoriented by the time they finished filming on this one.
You have to have the right mindset and the right physicality to do it. If you start looking outside, you get motion sickness, you do physically get disorientated, so it's keeping inside of this environment. And I mean, the director tried it, I tried it. It was not easy, and he far exceeded what we did.
So here's the question for you. Have you ever tried to make something with zero gravity, or do you have an idea that requires zero gravity? How would you go about filming that? Or how did you overcome that in the final production? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your ideas and I'd love to hear your creative solutions. Remember, filmmaking is not just about the tools at your disposal. It's about creativity, it's about problem solving, and it's about bringing your vision to life in the most authentic way possible. Whether you have a giant crew with studio money, or you have one camera and a little bit of imagination, there's always a way to make your dreams a reality. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified when the next Behind the Reel gets posted. That's a wrap for today. I'll see you in the next one. God bless.